Hare. Welcome yet again to the Gita, the Art of Inner Peace session. So, we are going to be discussing today from chapter 14 and chapter 15. So, welcome to the double dhamaka. Haribo. So, let's start with prayers. Om Ajnanatimirandhasya Jnananjana Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदांत स्वामिन् इति नामिने नमस्ते सरस्वते देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देशतारिणे वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे मुखं करोति वाचालं अंगुं लंघयते गिरिं यत्कृपातमहं वन्दे श्रीगुरुं दीनतारिणं श्रीचैतन्यमीश्वरं परमानन्दमाधवम् Hare Krishna. Just yesterday we had begun a very special and the final section of the Bhagavad Gita, namely that is the Jnana Yoga. We started the Jnana Yoga yesterday, and today we are going to resume this Jnana Yoga, and we are going to be discussing two very special chapters, the 14th and the 15th chapter. So here we go ahead for the 14th chapter of the Bhagavad Gita. This is text number 5. Sattvam rajastama iti gunaha prakriti sambhava nibadnati mahabhaho dehi namavyayam. Hare Krishna. So we need to understand that there are three, when the material nature, the last sloka explained how a living entity is trapped in the material nature. Yes, trapped in the material body. But how exactly does the Prakriti or material nature deal with the living entity? किस प्रकार से वो dealing होता है, आदान प्रदान कैसे होता है? How exactly do they deal? How the material nature operates on us? That is mentioned here in this sloka. Sattva, Rajas, Tama, Iti. In these three manners, the material nature acts. Let's see the translation, then we'll have the explanation. Translation. Material nature consists of three modes: goodness, passion, and ignorance. When the eternal living entity comes in contact with material nature, O mighty Arjuna, he becomes conditioned by these three modes. Hari, Hari. So these are the three ways in which the material nature would trap a living entity. Nibadnati. This word nibadnati means what? Nibadnati. Bandhan karna. To trap the living entity. That's called nibadnati. Hey Mahabaho. Arjun, you may be Mahabaho, Bahubali, Mahabaho, but Maya is very strong. Maya is very good at trapping. Yes, so if you are really Mahabaho, Maya se bahar nikal ke dikha. Get out of Maya. That is a real Mahabaho. So dehe dehinam avyayam. So guna prakriti sambhava. Now, one may ask a question. Prabhuji, is it that Maya allures a living entity successfully every time? Is there a way to dodge Maya? Gadbad kahan ho jati hai? Where does living entity exactly get trapped by? So regarding this, I'm going to tell a story which I've told many times, but still I will tell because it's very connected to this particular topic. And this story is of one of my friends. So one of my friends was walking on the road. Yes, he was walking nicely and going on the road. And suddenly he saw that there was a kind of another gully, a small lane towards his right side. So he said, what is this lane? I've never seen this. Iske andar kya hai? So he developed a jignasa. Atato Brahma jignasa वैसे होता है ना. So he developed a jignasa. He developed an inquisitiveness कि अरे उस गली में क्या है? What is exactly inside that gully? Inside that street? I want to know. I want to see. So he goes inside. As soon as he goes, oh, it's kind of a dark gully. Dark था. Light कम थी. Yes. And suddenly he heard a sound. Karke he heard a sound. And he looked in that side. And he looked there. There was an eye contact with the person who had called him. Karke. So he looked and he walked. And as soon as he walked, the person welcomed him with a great smile, beaming smile. Aye, aye, welcome, sir. Please come inside. Huh? Welcome me? And he came inside. Dekhiye, we have various kinds of goods. We have the best quality t-shirts. We have the best quality jeans. We have the best quality belts. Dekhiye, sir, dekhiye, please. And he was also quite fascinated. I said, iska daam kitna hai? Very good, sir. It's very, very cheap. He said, this t-shirt, only or only 50 rupees. Huh? 50 rupees? Wow, amazing. This jeans, this is only 100 rupees. Are 100 rupees में jeans? Belt क्या? Belt, only 25 rupees. अरे वाह, bumper offer मिला है. वाह, double धमाका is nothing compared to this. ये तो बढ़िया धमाका होने वाला है. So nice, he was so happy. And he was packing stuff, but suddenly he got a doubt. What doubt did he get? बताओ, आप लोग बताओ. What doubt he would have got probably if you were in that person's shoes? What exactly doubt would you get? बताइए बताइए, tell me. हाँ, exactly. Is this genuine? If it is cheap, कुछ तो झोल है, correct? अरे बेवकूफ बना रहे हो. Why the price is so less? Is the quality actually good? अरे चोरी का माल है, चोर बाजार. Correctly they found out. Yes, you found it right. Yes, it could be stolen. This will be second hand. You all are 100% right. Correct. You're right. So he also got the same doubt. उसको भी वही चीज चमका. शायद, maybe this is all fake good. So he said, भाई साहब, actually he had money in pocket. He said, maybe I'll just check with my father and पापा से बात करके जो है, I will definitely, I will come back. And they said, hey, किधर जाता है? He said, नहीं, पापा से परमिशन, कुछ पापा नहीं, चुपचाप पर्स निकाल और pay everything and take all these goods and go. He said, but I don't want. वो पहले decide करना चाहिए था. Now you have come inside, you have to purchase. Yes, you have come inside, you have to purchase. Purchase नहीं किया तो बहुत जम के पिटाई करेंगे. And that fellow brought one henchman, very good, bouncer की तरह एकदम tall fellow, 6.5 feet, लंबा, well built. And that guy was chewing gum. He was wearing sleeveless, showing his biceps and tattoos. And that fellow was breaking his knuckles. बोलो कैसे? लेता कि नहीं? हाँ ठीक है. So he paid money. He took those goods, and as soon as he wore his t-shirt, next day he put it for washing. करके shrank. Shrink हो गया. Jeans पहनी, jeans फट गया सब कुछ. From everywhere, it started tearing from all places. And the belt, the buckle came out. The holes which were there, they all tore, and the belt was also gone. So what had happened to him? What had happened? He had got cheated. उसको ठग दिया. झोल है, जरूर झोल था. And he got cheated. So now my question to you is, where did he go wrong? What mistake did he make? गलती कहाँ कर दी उसने? What is the mistake? Where was he paying attention to the words? All right, Himanshu Ranjanpu, anyone else? गलती कहाँ की? What was the mistake? Getting inside unknown gully, interesting. Greed went in wrong direction. Greed to go inside the wrong jignasa. The choice, attraction, less price, sound attract. Yes, Yashodharaji has got it right. The mistake was listening to that sound. करके उसके पीछे से शुक शुक. That had to be ignored. But instead of ignoring, शुक किया था. Huh? What a sound? Yeah, he shouldn't have replied. He should have not gone. But he maintained eye-to-eye contact and then got swayed away. Similarly, the Maya uses these three modes, the Sattvagun, Rajagun and Tamagun, to influence us. करके हम लोग देखते हैं, you get influenced, then Maya पिटेगी जम के, then you cannot escape. She calls you inside and feeds you all jali mal. And the jali mal, sense gratification is all jali mal, mal with jhol. Yes. Yes. It was like that. In fact, today morning I was reading from Srila Prabhupada Leela. There's an amazing book by His Holiness Satswarup Das Maharaj. There's Prabhupada Leela Amrit and there's Prabhupada Leela also. There's a book. So in that book, Srila Prabhupada was telling that, come on, there are some gurus and sadhus and yogis coming from India. I'm so sorry. I put it on silent. Yeah. Yogis and gurus and sadhus from India who say that you pay us something like $100, $200 and we will make you God in 6 months. अरे 6 महीने में भगवान बन जाओ. And you Americans, I thought you guys are intelligent. हमको लगा आप लोगों के पास दिमाग है. You guys are also going there. So people are going there. So like this, Maya and Maya's agents, they try to make a person bewkoof. So Maya uses these 3 modes, and 3 modes are PIG: passion, ignorance, and goodness. And this is how Maya makes a pig out of us. हमको practically सुअर बना देती, and we get into any type of enjoyment. PIG. That is the problem. We get influenced by Maya. So we should, once you get influenced, then you are trapped. एक बार अंदर गए फिर हम लोग बाहर नहीं आ सकते. You have to pay the price. Similarly, it is very important for us to not get influenced at all. Yes, this is something that we have to. What an abbreviation. PIG. Yes, सुअर बना देती है हमको. Passion, ignorance, goodness. Practically a pig. Right? That's what happens. And we become cheated. And this has been happening to us life after life after life after life after life. यही होता रहा हमारे साथ. And फिर भी हम सीखते नहीं हैं. Yes. Jairaj Chandrasekhar Bose's question is: getting influenced by goodness also bad? You're going to find out in the next sloka. That is the next sloka. You have to tell me. तत्र सत्वं निर्मलत्वात् प्रकाशकम् अनामयं सुखसंघेन वदनाति ज्ञानसंघेन चानगा. Okay, let's see the translation. Oh sinless one, the mode of goodness, being purer than others, is illuminating and it frees one from all sinful reactions. Those situated in that mode become conditioned by a sense of happiness and knowledge. So here what is being spoken? Tattva sattvam nirmalatma. See, amongst these 3 modes, sattva, raja, tama, iti, the best mode is to operate in this world practically sattva. Why? Prakashakam, because this mode is enlightening. What is the meaning of enlightening? Enlightenment means you can see things as they are. You will be able to see things as they are. You are not going to get bewildered so easily. You will get to see things as they are. Yeah. Now, for example, if there's a person who is making roadside pakodas, yes, roadside pakodas. So, person in Sattva Guna will not go and eat that. He will see what he will see. He will see, oh, he is using the same oil. There is so much of dust, roadside dust, pollution. Uspe bana raha hai. For even for making that batter for the pakodas, that basin, what water is he using? He's using some tap water. Yes, and what vegetables he's cooking on that makhis are sitting. How many people will eat this? अरे कोई बात नहीं, सब में क्या रखा है? Taste the best. It's tasting good. Why care? Just go and have it. No? Person will not go there. Will definitely not eat. Yes. So we need to understand that a person in the mode of goodness, he is prakashakam. Yes, prakashakam. And anamayam. That person is a person who gets is illuminated. And because of which, because of this knowledge, he is also able to see the reason behind sinful activity. How many of you have seen people who follow the 4 regulative principles but are not devotees? Correct? We have example of people who follow 4 regs but are not devotees. Why? Because they are situated in Sattva Guna. They know that ये जो चीज है, अरे जिंदगी के साथ भी छोड़ो, जिंदगी के साथ भी, जिंदगी के बाद भी. No, while you're living and beyond what, I don't know if next life exists or not, but at least even in this life, this is something not good. This will give you only pain and suffering. That they're able to see. They're able to see that end. Got it, no? Because of that, these people don't engage in sinful activities. Meat eating करेंगे, oh, हमारा meat eating, they will analyze. They'll analyze from beta and all other point of view. Oh, our system is similar to herbivorous animals. Our system, we have a very short small intestine. We have a very long small intestine, so that will create organic decay. They'll analyze like that. We are like herbivores. We perspire through skin. Carnivores perspire to their tongue. So we are not like carnivores. Another thing we understand is the carnivores, their teeth is very pointed. It's not, this is for breaking chapati and bread, not for eating meat. So like this, these people analyze. And our pH, the pH of our stomach is actually alkaline in nature. It is not acidic. Carnivorous acidic. तो ऐसे करके reasoning करके वो लोग जो है, they will give up meat eating. Again, gambling. Arey, what is the problem? They'll analyze mathematics. They'll able to see things as they are. No? So they analyze mathematically is not correct. It's very dangerous. Gamble करेंगे 50% probability to lose. Why should I take that 50% probability? No, I will not take. Got it? No? Yes. So like this, the person will analyze and stay away from sinful habits, knowing that this is going to create, it is pain producing. He knows that. But there's a problem. Now coming back to Jairaj Chandrasekhar's question. Sukha sangena badnati. The person is badnati means wo bhi ek bandhan hi hai. Just like beautifully written by our Murari Adhikari Prabhu, that Sattva gun is like gold, Rajogun is like iron, and Tamogun is like rusted iron. Let's consider for example's sake. But ultimately these three are chains that bind us. So whether you are bound by a golden chain, iron chain or rusted iron chain makes no difference. Your bound is bound. Correct? Beautiful point that he has made. That's the example that Prabhupada also gives. Yeah. Yeah, we'll continue in the cycle of birth and death. All right. So, Sukha Sangena Badnati, Jnana Sangena Chanaka. There's a problem with goodness. A cage made up of gold. You may call it cage, you may call it chain, you may call it A-class jail. That's what we give, A-class, B-class, C-class jail. What do we call it? It's going to be same thing. So, Sukha Sangena Badnati. This means a person has sense of happiness. What does a sense of happiness do to a person? We discussed this. Person is generally, very happy. What will happen to him eventually? If he is bound by happiness, what happens? Too much bound by happiness. If a person is too much bound by happiness, eventually the person will become lazy and forget Krishna. Perfect. So that's a very good mode to forget Krishna. So then one comes down to Tamagun because he becomes lazy. Number two, Jnana Sangena. One has knowledge. Yes, he's having knowledge. He's able to see things as they are. He's able to analyze things very nicely. Then what happens to this person? Because he's able to have this Jnana. फिर क्या होता है? What now? ज्ञान के साथ क्या होता है? Oh, ज्ञान के साथ. If you're having knowledge, you start thinking, I am better than others. सबसे अच्छा हूँ. I am the best. ऐसा करके this person falls to Rajoguna. So in this world, even to maintain the state of sattva is very difficult. Yes, because one will fall down to either tamogun or rajogun. ये दो गुण में गिर जाता है व्यक्ति. That is why even sattva is very dangerous. Yes, of course. Then no message approaches on which platform to live. We are living in material world. When we perform bhakti, then we can remain in sattva gun platform. On the other hand, a person who doesn't perform bhakti cannot remain in Sattva-gun platform for too long. He will eventually fall down to passion and ignorance. So how many other self-help or personality development workshops you attend? Pay money. People pay lots and lots of money, 25,000 rupees, 50,000 rupees. They attend workshop. Come on, be positive. Yes, be positive. Be confident. Be courageous. Say yes. ऐसा सब करके ना मोटिवेशन टॉक सब अटेंड करिए. कितना दिन होता है वो मोटिवेशन? हाउ मेनी आवर्स? दैट्स इट. ओनली ड्यूरिंग लेक्चर के बाद लगता है चलो अभी देखो दुनिया मुट्ठी में कर लूंगा. एंड देन ही गोज एंड स्लीप्स. थैंक यू, इट्स ओवर. Motivation doesn't last long. That's what happens in this world. Nothing lasts long. Similarly, Sattva also doesn't last long. Max lasts a week. Thank you for supporting that. Yes. So what about the next guna? Rajo ragatmakam buddhi Krishna sanga samudbhavam annibhadnati kaunteya karma sangena dehina. All right. So what is being spoken here? Rajo ragatmikam buddhi. We'll see the translation and I'll explain. Translation: the mode of passion is born of unlimited desires and longings, O son of Kunti, and because of this, the embodied living entity is bound to material fruitive actions. Hari Hari. So, this shloka about Rajoguna is explained by Krishna. People watch workout motivation video in bed, correct? And then they sleep after that nicely. So workout motivation video bed पे देखेंगे क्या करेंगे? Hare Krishna. Rajo ragatmakam. So this mode of passion is born out of rag. Rag means attachments. Please understand, it's born out of attachments. So two types, Krishna and Sangha. Hankering and there is attachment. Krishna Sangha Samudbhavam. So this is the mode of goodness, passion has two kinds of flavors. Krishna and Sangha. Sangha Krishna. Sangha Krishna. So one is, when do you understand we are attached to something? You will understand we are attached to something only when you lose it. If you're apne paas hai, you don't realize. As soon as you lose it, you understand that's my attachment. Yes. So jo cheez khoyi hai, uske piche karna. So everybody wants to do, they want to have more. The things that they don't have, they want to possess. And the things that they are lost, they want to regain it. That is passion. After attachments and one's longings. In dono cases. So they want to preserve what they have and they want to also hanker and get what they don't have. And Krishna says, bhai, ye sab karne ki koi zarurat nahi. I'll take care. Ananyas chintayanto mam ye jana parupasate tesham nityabhyuktanam yogakshemam vahamyaham. You just do my ananya bhakti, I will provide what you lack and I'll preserve what you have. So Bhagavan Sri Krishna tells, I will do it. But person in passion thinks that I am the controller, I am the doer. Tad nibadnati, because he is bound by karma sangena. Karma sangena. That means I will do it. मैं ही कर सकता हूँ. My activities are all in all. My activities are going to decide. So this person has no concept of God being in control. This person absolutely has no concept that other than our cheshtha, our endeavor, there are another four factors which are also responsible for the result of an activity. So Krishna mentions this. There are 5 factors of actions mentioned in the 18th chapter of Bhagavad Gita. And our cheshtha is only 1/5. Bas. Usko lagta hai meri cheshtha hi sab kuch hai. So please understand, we have to understand that we should be very well aware that Krishna is the ultimate doer. What can we do? We can only do our cheshtha, our endeavor. But a person who thinks my cheshtha is all in all, मैं ही कर रहा हूँ सब कुछ, I am a self-made man, I am the be all and end all, such a person is controlled by Rajogun. Yes, Rajoguna. Then finally, we see about the mode of ignorance. I will tell you in brief. Mode of ignorance, a person is against knowledge, anti-knowledge. Number 1. The exact opposite of Sattva Guna is Tamo Guna. The person is negative. Knowledge uska bilkul nahi. Buddhu ka. ऐसे है बुद्धू बेवकूफ, foolish, because he doesn't want to come close to knowledge. Yes, this is person in ignorant. Person wants to remain in ignorance. Yes. So I remember a story. The story is of Kalu and Balu. Of course, this is a story which is written in the 1800s, written by Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur. So there were Kalu and Balu. These Kalu and Balu were very, very naughty children. So they did not want to study mathematics. Yes. So they used to, the father used to be really worried about how these people will take care of my business. They should know some basic maths. So he used to hire tutors, but these fellows इतना परेशान करते थे, नाक में दम करते थे. All tutors used to run away. सब भाग जाते थे. Yes, naughty children. So one day father invited a very, very tough, intelligent Pandit master, who very well analyzed the nature of this Kalu and Balu. So he told Kalu Balu will not study mathematics. Yes, we will not study mathematics. Let us go out for a walk. I said, okay. Then he told Kalu Balu, I heard that you have very wonderful cows. Can you show me cows? He says, yes, there are the cows there. Then he asked, how many cows do you have? They started counting. Let's count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Kalu started counting. Balu said, hey, he's teaching us mathematics. He's teaching us mathematics. Told her, mat sikho. Immediately got alert. Acha, theek hai, koi baat. I don't know. He said, I don't know. He said, okay, no problem. You just tell how many legs your cows have. And the Balu started counting. 1, 2, 3. Kalu said, hey, he's teaching us mathematics. ये हमको मैथ्स पढ़ा रहा है. बहुत चालू है ये. मैथ्स पढ़ा रहा है. Oh my God, like that. And they were very, very stubborn children. They will not learn. उसके बाद क्या हुआ? उसके बाद what happened is the father was in the hall, in the waiting room. So Kalu and Balu took BD and started smoking cigarette. Father was seeing, where is the smoke coming and BD ka smell aa raha hai? Where is it? From where it is coming? Like that he was wondering. And then Kalu Balu were very smart. They turned the table around and they pointed at, हमारे गुरुजी हमको पढ़ा नहीं रहे. He's not teaching us. Rather, he comes, beats us, and then he goes and smokes BD. And you're paying him for that. Wow, becomes so upset. He said, teacher, get out. So he said, but I tried. No, get out. उनके निकाल देते हैं. This is how our system is. Maya system to be ignorant. So this Kalu and Balu is our mind. उसको knowledge चाहिए नहीं. I want to be in ignorance. Ignorance is bliss. And somehow the atmosphere where we live, that atmosphere is also an atmosphere of Kali Yuga. Can I tell one more story? Yes. So, बहुत theoretical topic. Theory. Story अच्छा है. The best way to teach theory is through story. Okay. So once there was, how can one take BD and smoke cigarette? Okay, I'm so sorry. I don't know difference between them. I'm ignorant. Yes, sorry. You under BD cigarette, for me everything is same. See, basically they are doing some. जो धुआं निकलता है ना वो निकल रहा था. No technical questions. Then what happened? I don't have experience of all these things. Yeah. There was a king, and this king had many group of ministers. And there was one minister, his name was Bhagwan Das. His name was Bhagwan Das. So Bhagwan Das and king had great love for each other. King used to really love Bhagwan Das. Arey itna acha hai mera Bhagwan Das. He's so amazing. He's so nice. He used to always, where is Bhagwan? Where is Bhagwan? Where is Bhagwan? He used to always be with Bhagwan. And he used to give so many gifts to Bhagwan. Bhagwan used to give gifts to king. They used to take prasad together. It was very thorough, very nice bonding between each other. वैसे होता था उनका relationship. And these other ministers ना, they were really envious. अरे क्या ये king और भगवान के बीच बहुत close हो रहा है. ये भगवान कुछ करना पड़ेगा. वरना हम लोग टिक नहीं पाएंगे. हमारा power कुछ नहीं रहेगा. So these people, what they did? They made a plan. They will make a plan. So what plan they made is they called the entry होता है ना, sentry at the entry. The person, the guard. They told this guard, पहले जो भगवान आता है, yes, so Bhagwan comes, right? That time stop him. If Bhagwan is coming, you should stop him. If you don't stop, but the guard said, but Bhagwan is very dear to the king. He said, नहीं stop किया तो तुमको मार देंगे हम लोग. Okay, sorry. Bhagwan comes, I'll stop. Yes. So he is the person who was there. So Bhagwan was trying to come, they stopped him. And they stopped, and why am I being stopped? Bhagwan was asked. The ministers come and they said, the king hates you. He doesn't want to look at your face. Get out. But I know the king is not like that. No, get out. No, the king doesn't want to see your face. Out. And the ministers came to the king. Bhagwan Das par gaya. They were crying like this and they told Bhagwan Das is dead. So they told the king Bhagwan Das is dead and they told Bhagwan Das that the king doesn't want to see you. So the king took a lot of money, wealth and told, please ensure that this reaches Bhagwan Das' house. And yes, okay. And they all divided the wealth among themselves. They did not give it to Bhagwan Das' home also. Such crooked people, crooks. Then what happened was, king was one day going for Julus. Yes, he was going on a procession. So he was going on a procession. That time Bhagavan Das said, I think this is the best opportunity for me. So what these ministers were doing, they understood Bhagavan Das is there. So what these people did is they sent guards ahead to kick him out. Hey, where's those Kobar? So then he said, okay, as he is going in the procession path, Bhagavan Das is not being allowed. I will go climb on the top of the tree, and I will go and I will call the king. And king looks at me, everything will be done. So then the minister said, hey, Bhagavan Das tree ke upar hai. How to do? So he's trying to shout, hey king, I am alive. I am alive, मैं मर नहीं गया हूँ, मैं जिंदा हूँ. But the minister said, hey, come on, play the trumpet. They're playing the trumpet loudly. अरे और जोर से बजाओ, जोर से, drums जोर से बजाओ. You should not hear the sound. And then Bhagwan is dancing practically. Hari bol, like that he's dancing. He's jumping upon the tree and dancing. अरे देख लो एक बार. And गलती से एक बार king saw. And he said, isn't that Bhagwan Das? The minister said, no, Bhagwan Das is dead. That is his ghost. उसका भूत है, ऐसा करके. Then the king, okay, all right, poor king. So king could not meet Bhagwan Das. So this is called a society of ignorance. Yes, this is how the society. So mode of ignorance is also like that. The mode of ignorance will not let king and Bhagwan Das meet. Who is king in this case? Can you all type and tell me? Yes, the king is the soul. And who is Bhagavan Das? Yes, Bhagavan Das is Krishna. Ulta, we are king. Bhagavan Das is actually Krishna. Bhagavan Das is Krishna. And who are these ministers and all the environment? Yes, that is the tamasic atmosphere, the tamoguna, the mind, the maya. It can be compared to anything. So that will prevent you from attaining knowledge about God. Sambandha ज्ञान, the relationship, it stops. ऐसा करके stop करते हैं, उसको रोक देते हैं. Hey, no. And tells Bhagwan Das also. Bhagwan Das, get out. King doesn't want you. And King Bhagwan Das is dead. So Bhagwan मर चुका है. So this is mode of ignorance that kills your Bhagwan. Bhagwan or Bhakti. Bhagwan can never die, but your faith in Bhagwan is killed in mode of ignorance. Once Brahmaji had achieved Vedas. You know how Brahma achieved Vedas? Anyone knows? Brahma did not have a hard copy of Vedas. He had soft copy. Yeah. Brahma received Vedas in soft copy in his heart. That is a real soft copy. Soft copy means in heart. It's not visible. So Krishna did a heart transmission from his heart. And then there were two demons who came. The two demons, their names were Madhu and Kaitaba. So these Madhu and Kaitaba came and they stole the Vedas from Brahma. Of course, if Vedas are scriptures, scriptures they can steal. How did they steal this knowledge from Brahma? That means these Madhu and Kaitaba are nothing. Madhu is Tamogun and Kaitaba is Rajogun. So these two gunas, they came and they stole the knowledge from Brahma. They stole the Vedas from Brahma. And then the Lord had to come as Hayagriva. So Lord had to come as Hayagriva. Hayagriva is horse incarnation of Krishna. How many of you seen horse incarnation of Krishna? Krishna has horse incarnation also. Hayagriva. It's called Hayashirsha or Hayagriva. So he comes. He says, don't worry, I'll get back the Vedas. And how to get back the Vedas? By destroying this Madhu and Kaitava. So then Hayagriva and Madhu and Kaitava they fight. They have such a tough, tight fight. Nobody is winning. No result. इतना जम के लड़ाई हुआ. Years and years there was a fight. And finally, Madhu and Kaitava, they both told Hayagriva, hey, Hayagriva, we are very pleased with your fighting skills. We want to give you something, some gift, because you fight so nicely. What do you want? So Lord said, yes, I want to kill you. They said, all right, kill us. And thus Lord Hayagriva kills Madhu and Kaitava. So what is the lesson? The lesson is, when we associate with mode of passion and ignorance, ये तमोगुण और रजोगुण के साथ हम लोग जो है जितना ज्यादा संग करेंगे उतना ही हमारा ज्ञान भी बह जाएगा. Our knowledge also will be lost. Our bhakti will be covered over. Bhakti can never be lost actually, but bhakti can get covered over. So we need to understand this very clearly, that associating with the mode of ignorance and passion will always make us weaker. On the other hand, when you associate with sattva, we can preserve tattva. So tattva को preserve करना है तो सत्व के साथ रहना है. Yes. Okay. The final shloka of 14th chapter. मां च योऽव्यभिचारेण भक्ति योगेन सेवते सगुणान् समतीते तान् ब्रह्म भूयाय कल्पते. Translation. One who engages in full devotion service, unfailing in all circumstances, at once transcends the three modes of material nature and thus come to the level of Brahman. Because one may have a question. How exactly can one go beyond these three modes? There is only one thing. Yes, Mam Chayo. Mam means specific Meri Bhakti. Mam Chayo Avyabhicharena Bhakti. Avyabhicharena Bhakti means we have to perform the devotional service which is unfailing. मतलब रोकना नहीं है, continuous. अव्यभिचारे, continuous, constantly. That is the only way. If you stop bhakti, then what will happen? Again, the mode of ignorance, passion will come. They will enter. Ignorance, passion will easily enter when you give a gap. क्योंकि भक्ति में जब हम गैप देते हैं, somebody has to fill that gap. ना, who will come? Maya will come and say, don't worry, I'll fill it. मैं आके वो gap भर दूंगी. So if the glass is half full, what is the other half? The other half is air by default. We don't have to separately get in air. आजा भाई, अच्छा चल, I'll fill air in this glass. Hey, foolish fellow. Air तो हमेशा से है. You have to fill it with something more substantial. Correct? We don't need to fill air. So what are you doing? What are you doing? I'm filling my water bottle. When you understand, he's filling his water bottle with water. Have you met somebody who fills his water? What are you doing, bro? I'm filling the water bottle with air. हवा से भर रहा हूँ water bottle. Yeah, foolish fellow. You don't have to do that. Similarly, if you leave a gap, or just like air enters there, similarly, if you leave a gap in your bhakti, Maya will take her place. She knows her place exactly. Correct? So that is why Abhyabhicherena Bhakti is very important. No gap. Bhakti Yoga Sevate Sagunan Samatitetan. One can easily go beyond the three modes, Brahma Bhuyaya Kalpate, and gets the position of a Brahman, that means liberation. Beyond the three modes is a position called liberation. Brahma. Brahma means liberation. So you become a liberated being. आप जो है एक मुक्त आत्मा, जीवन मुक्त बन जाएंगे. When you go beyond the three modes. And the only way to go beyond three modes is by practicing bhakti. And what is a very practical way of practicing bhakti in today's day and age of Kali is by chanting Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Bol. Have energy? दम है? Stop. We'll go ahead. धमाका एक ही हुआ अभी तक. डबल. Go on. Should we? Okay. Yes. Go ahead. Thank you for giving green signal. Please keep going. Sure. Thank you. So now next shloka is from the 15th chapter, 7th verse. Mame vamsho jivaloke jivabhutah sanatanah manashashtan indriyani prakritistani karshati. Again, there's a very, very small yet a very amazing story that we used to hear in our childhood. Let's relive our childhood once. I would like to quote that if you all don't mind. Can I? Okay. So once what happened was there was a lioness. And this lioness had given birth to a cub. Yes, I've quoted it many times, but it's very relevant, so I'm quoting. So this cub accidentally got lost in a group of sheep. Got lost in a group of sheep. And then from everywhere, the sheep would say, meh, meh, meh. And this person also, he tried to bleat like sheep. He couldn't. And they used to correct him. Hey, Buddhu, aisa nahi. Nahi, meh, meh. Take se bleat karo. Used to try. It never happened. Right? So it's like this particular lion, cub, passed a lot of time and grew up a little bit. And that one fine day, there was this lioness who came to hunt. And she exactly came to the same herd of sheep to hunt. And as soon as They all saw the lioness. Everybody started meh, meh, running in all different directions. And this lion cub, who thought that he is also one of the sheep, started running in his own direction. And that is the time when the lioness mother recognized, "Arey to, ye to mera bachcha hai. This is my kid, my child." So she runs, leave the sheep. She runs behind her kid and catches hold. And he, chodo, chodo, mere ko chhod do. And she says, "Hey, why are you afraid of me? मेरे से क्यों डर रहे हो आप? After all, you are my son. When you are going to eat me." He said, "Come here." So the lioness drags this cub and comes in front of a pond and shows the reflection. देखो हमारा face cut match हो रहा है. Yes, we are exactly the same. See? Then he realizes, अच्छा ऐसा क्या? So you should not do mama. You should roar. You should roar like a lion. That's the way you are supposed to be. Roaring like a lion, not bleating like a sheep. So similarly, it is Krishna who is beautifully telling us in this sloka that you are not this body which is made out of Asat, Achit, and Nirananda. You are not meant for Dhanam Dehi, Bharya Dehi, Putra Dehi, Janam Dehi, Aishwaryam Dehi. No. You are meant to be singing what? You are meant to be singing Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. This is what you are meant to be actually singing. ये आपको बोलना है. You are not meant to be croaking like a toad. Yes. Nonsensical talks of this world, mundane subject matters, they are all considered to what? They are considered to croaking of toads, frog. Especially बारिश के टाइम पे सुनाई देते ना आवाज. बारिश के टाइम पे we hear this loud sounds like that they are croaking. And you know what is the result of that croaking? The result of that croaking is they invite Sarpam Bhai. Snake comes and eats them. So similarly, a person who doesn't chant Hare Krishna but keeps croaking like a nonsensical toad, then, yes, then what? Then the snake of time will come and devour us. Yes. Amazing. So that's what Lord Krishna says. Mamai Vamsha, you are my Amsha. Just like that lioness was telling the cub that you are mine. Usi prakar se Krishna is also telling you are mine. Jiva Bhuta Sanatana, always you will be mine. Whether you in spiritual, ऐसा नहीं कि अभी तुम्हारा और मेरा कोई रिश्ता नहीं, खत्म, निकल जाओ, चले जाओ यहाँ से. It's never like that. Whether you are in spiritual world or you are in material world, or sometimes some jivas foolishly enter into Brahma Jyoti. That's why Krishna says, Jiva Bhuta Sanatana, eternally you will be mine only. It's never that you are going to enter into the impersonal Brahman. Some people say, चलो हमें ब्रह्म में लीन होके अपना अस्तित्व खत्म करना है. Let's finish our existence. It is like a son. It's like a son coming and telling मम्मा ये भौतिक जगत बहुत प्रॉब्लम है. मेरे को आपको पेट में वापस ले लो ना. I want to enter your womb again. मेरे को वापस ले लो अंदर. Is that possible? Huh? That is not practical. It doesn't happen. Right? So that is why we have to know we are eternally part and parcels of Krishna. But what are we doing in this world? In this world, because we are not realized we are part and parcels of Krishna, our situation is like that lion cub who's bleating like a sheep. And he's struggling and he's getting kicks nicely. Are take second. So manasastani indriyani prakritisthani karshati. That is why the living entity is struggling very, very hard. So please realize our constitutional position. We are not that sheep. We are the lion. Similarly, we are not these Mayas. We are Krishnas. Hum Bhagwan ke. Yes. And the moment we realize this, there is no more struggle. Maya Das, Sada Udas. Krishna Das, Hamesha Bindas. Yes, we become Bindas. From Udas, we have to become Bindas. All right. Now, here we see that how much Krishna has done for us in this sloka. My God, this entire section, 15 chapters, a very sweet chapter called Purushottam Yoga. It just has 20 chapters, but it teaches very, very wonderful lessons. And we have realized that we are part and parcels of Krishna. At the same time, we have to realize that how much Krishna loves us, how much he has given us, how much he is doing for us, we don't even know. Yes. How many of you have uh, received a help from someone without knowing who helped you? Yeah, it has happened. So once there was a letter which came and there was a check of 50,000 rupees just came, and we were struggling to find out. Oh, trying to BYC को 50,000 rupees. Who is this person? We want to send some prasad. We want to thank. Yes, yes, we want to thank this particular person. We want to send him prasadam. We want to invite him to BYC. We want to give him abhishek. So many plans we're having, but we're not able to find out who is this secret admirer of BYC, secret well-wisher. So people help like this. So similarly, Krishna is he's helping us so much. We are able to see the things, but we are unable to connect it that it's Krishna who's doing it. What is that? This verse. यत् आदित्यगतं तेजो जगद्भासयते किलं यच्चन्द्रांसि च यच्चाग्नौ तत्तेजो विद्धि मामकम्. Yes. The splendor of the sun which dissipates the darkness of this world comes from me. And the splendor of the moon and the splendor of fire are also from me. You see, इसमें क्या बड़ी बात थी? What's big deal about this? Oh, there's just a wonderful comment. Prabhuji, I got a Bhagavatam set but don't know the sender. See, somebody has given you Krishna in the form of Srimad Bhagavatam and blessed your life. So, yat aditya gatam. See, we can live. We can actually live the roti kapda makan we say, no? Roti kapda makan. Yes, these are our needs, definitely. But there are some much more subtler and vital needs than even roti kapda makan. Light, it is warmth, and it is air. This is much more vital. And if you see these three things, the warmth is given by the sun. And the arrangement is so perfect that if the sun little bit shifts, thoda paas mein aa jaye, zara paas mein aa jaye, yes, little paas mein aa jaye, we'll all be roasted. We'll be blackish in color and roasted. And if sun goes a little bit behind, we'll all be frozen to death. देखो कितना sun knows exactly the right proportion because that is Krishna who knows कि खाना जब खिलाते हैं, you all exactly know. How many of you burnt your lips while drinking milk or something like that? खाना का tongue में lips जल गया है. Yes, but the mother exactly while feeding will know what should be the exact heat. ठंडा खाना, it's not very healthy. It's not good. अति गर्म खाना जला देगा. So the right proportion. So Krishna also like exactly just a mother would feed a child, giving the right amount of heat, right amount of warmth. This is given by Krishna to all the jivatmas. The right amount of brightness is given out. जरा और bright हो जाता सन तो देख नहीं पाएंगे हम लोग. We cannot see. And the sun would reduce the brightness again, still we cannot see. So giving the right amount of light. Every time we enter this Zoom room, I ensure that, well, there's a right amount of light which is there. The light is not proper, then it won't be such a pleasant experience. Right? Correct. So light is in our, so Krishna controls the light like this. Yeah. Happy, can I give lecture like this? No. Everybody's reaction is no. No, Prabhuji. हमको audio visuals दोनों चाहिए. We have paid our time for that, for audio and visuals, and then we go ahead like this. What about this one? It's also not good, right? So we want the exact proportion. This is okay. Yes. Or we thought fine tuning हो सकता है, but still I'm not doing it. So brightness, like this Krishna is the one who controls. So the sun knows, Krishna knows through sun exactly what brightness to set for this world. We never thought about this. Again, air. How does the air movement take place? Any teacher here will tell us. Yes, how the air movement takes place, the wind movement, the air movement. Yes, pressure belts. How do the pressure belts formed? Because of irregular distribution of heat. So because of the temperature difference, there is streams that flow. So everything happens because of that. So sun knows exactly कौन सा temperature कितना देना है किधर देना है. So that there is a proper airflow. So how much Krishna has managed? Sochi, we don't think about all these things. Now I say, Broji, what about moon? Moon में क्या खास बात है? अरे, how many of you eat to live? At the same time, you want some tasty food also. Obviously, Broji, taste नहीं तो कौन खाएगा? You know when we eat, we all want taste. Tasty खाना चाहिए हमको, है ना? Tasty के साथ tasty खाना. From where does the taste come? The taste comes from moon. Yeah. The taste comes from moon. It has been scientifically proven that there are some plants which they put under artificial lights just to get more production. Those plants don't have any taste. Why? Because the taste comes from
medicines are also produced from moon.
Yeah. So they come from moon. The moon rays, they give the nectar in the all vegetables, fruits, juices, the taste. All these things come from the moon. यानी कि जब भी आप कुछ टेस्टी खा रहे हो, it is because Krishna through the moon has put in nectar. Every sabji has its own wonderful taste. Yes. There is a cabbage sabji, aloo cabbage butter. Own taste. Right? We have बैंगन की sabji. That also has its own taste. Yes, वो रस होता है उसमें. That rus is given by Krishna. So each time you eat, next time be grateful to Krishna for giving that rus. Then what about Agni? Now you all tell me, why is fire important? रस होगा, fire नहीं होगा तो cooking कैसे करेंगे bro जी? Human society cannot live without fire. We need warmth, digestion. Yes, digestion, very good. What else? I made you all think now in the right direction. So you are all going to give me the right answers. What else? Yeah, we'll freeze if there's no fire. What else? Khana. Food. How will you cook food? If there is no fire, how will we cook? Yes, Jatar Agni is one factor. But what about cooking? कुछ नहीं exist करेगा. So that is why fire is very important. Microwave, ये सब सब लेके आओ electronic technology. Ultimately, is a fire ही है वो. Ultimately, it boils down to the fire element. So on, we understand that this is so much required for a sustenance. And who's providing all this? Krishna. Lighting lamp, yes. So we need to understand this fact and be grateful to Krishna always. All right. Last shloka for today. Gama vishyacha bhutani dharyamyat ahamojasa pushnami chaushadi sarva soma bhutva rasatmakah. Translation. Gam avishya bhutani. I enter into each planet and by my energy they stay in orbit. I become the moon and thereby supply the juice of life to all vegetables. So this is something we already discussed. So we'll only discuss the first line and conclude. So Gam avishya bhutani. So Krishna has entered into every planet. How many of you heard accidents happening in the sky? Oh, we're so sorry. The moon is no more. Let's have 2 minutes silence for the moon. Why? Because it just met with an accident. Venus and moon, they collided with each other and it's over. We lost our moon. Will we hear? No. Krishna knows how to hold. Krishna is holding, just as we see Varahadevi held the earth. Like that, Krishna is holding everything. Why the stars are not falling down? Yes, why? Because he is holding it. Krishna has held everything in the sky. He's held the sky, he's held all the planets, he's held the sun in the right position. So he's taken care to ensure that everything is properly held in its right position. Yes. Gravitational force. Gravitational force is a result of Sankarshana. Grut Akarshan, they say, na? It's because of Sankarshan. He is the cause of gravitation. So Newton, he discovered gravitation, but it's Sankarshan who invented gravitation. Yes, this is there in the Bhagavatam. Yes, so that is the attraction that is felt. Hari Hari. We'll conclude here. Thank you all very much. Is there any quick questions? Dhruvan Prabhu? You can ask very quickly.
Sure, bro. Yes, I will just try to skim through the couple of questions out of which. Okay. A question by Himanshu Ranjan Prabhuji, that how to know the difference between the efforts and the proportional results that we get. Like how to be thankful to the Lord in all the possible outcomes that we get.
Simple. We need to understand by material law, you will get what you deserve. But if you come in contact with Krishna, you'll always get more than what you deserve. So if you're chanting Hare Krishna, you are in contact with God. Please understand you are all getting much more than what we deserve. Always understand this. Otherwise, materially also, everyone gets what they deserve only. We know this and be grateful. जो मिला है, we don't deserve. हमें ज़्यादा मिला. Yes.
Like in the other conversation, same question, another question by him, that how could Brahma not face Madhu and Kaitav, Prabhuji? Like Brahma should overcome ignorance and passion, actually logically, like.
Yes, logically speaking, spiritually speaking, Brahma should have easily overcome Madhu and Kaita, but we need to understand that when Shastras, there is a pastime which is performed, Brahma subordinates himself for the lesson that Lord wants to teach the world. So the lesson that is to be taught is Tamogun and Rajogun are something which will steal your knowledge. This lesson had to be spoken, so Brahmaji became a humble instrument for this pastime to be enacted without any much of analysis.
Thank you, Prabhuji, for that explanation. Sauroji, ka next question tha that Prabhuji, what was with the Hiranyagarbha?
Hiranyagarbha is not, I did not teach about Hiranyagarbha right now, anything. So I'm not taking it. But Hiranyagarbha, you can understand, is a sum total of all living entities. That is Hiranyagarbha, the subtle body of the universe. Yes, next.
About the, I guess people can just try to type in also if they have any further
It's over, all questions over.
Not pretty much. There weren't any as such, but we have a couple of minutes. You can type in all the questions that you have.
Yeah.
And meanwhile, maybe there is one thing that you can maybe try to elaborate. That was the question by Pranjalji about the gravitational force, I guess. Up till then.
The gravitational force question will be very clear if you read my, if you hear my 5th canto Bhagavatam. When we did the Bhagavatam, the Matchless Gift series, listen to the 5th canto, it will be very clear what is gravitational force. I'll take a last question by Kalyan Prabhu and we'll conclude today. Double Dhamaka conclude.
Yes.
Prabhuji, it is not a question, it is a reflection, Prabhu.
Yeah, please go ahead.
Prabhuji, it is very much new for me. You said, I came from your womb, mother. They say, I don't want to live in this world. I want to move into your womb. That was differently felt actually today. So that is all. It is coming in my mind all this words. Thank you, Prabhu.
I just want to tell you, he's Professor Kalyan Prabhu. He is a blessed father of 3 children and a very good student of mine. Currently a professor in Bangalore BMS College. So thank you, Kalyan Prabhu, for a very healthy reflection and your wonderful participation. Thank you. He will definitely be training all his children under him in a very wonderful way. Thank you all very much. Shri Prabhupada ki jai, Bhagavad Vani Srimad Bhagavad Gita ki jai. वांछा कल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्येव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो